I just sent out probably the most vulnerable email to my list that I have written in a long time. And I thought, why not? Since we're on a roll, just share it here. So for those who don't know, when I was younger, I was bulimic. And that transpired into binging. And at this particular point of this story, I was studying to be a personal trainer and fitness instructor, group fitness instructor, and I would severely restrict during the week, 6 days a week, and then I would allow myself a cheat day. When I say day, I mean day, not a meal, an entire day. This story, I would set my alarm clock, yes, an alarm clock, not an iPhone. I'm showing my age. There were no iPhones back then. I would set an alarm clock to wake up at 12 a.m. on the day of my cheat day so I could roll over and gorge on the packet of cookies that I would have waiting beside me on the bedside table. Not my proudest moment. And it's hilarious. Like, it's hilarious to me now because I'm well past that, right? But I have so much compassion and I don't regret any of that journey because it led me to the woman I am today, which brings me to my point. So I obviously knew that I had a poor relationship with food. I went on to heal this by studying and understanding and learning intuitive and mindful eating. And I went on to teach other women. I completely transformed my relationship with food. However, and while parts of that were coming back to me and, I guess essentially regulating before eating, I didn't understand like what I know now, that what I was actually doing. While parts of it were that, what I didn't understand then was it was the pattern in me. So I quote unquote fixed that for that period of time. But the pattern of self-abandonment and turning outside of me for regulation, validation, whatever, that, and for worthiness, that pattern I had never identified and shifted. So I transformed my relationship with food, and then I went on to realize, other things. Like I struggled with substance abuse, pleasure struggles, which, I then went on to awaken my body and study somatic self-pleasure and teach other women. But the point was that I would quote unquote, because I don't believe there's such thing as fixing, it's just an ongoing journey, but I would quote unquote fix one part of my life and then another part. It's like, why am I still fucking struggling? I am a self-aware woman. So in recent years, I've been on this journey now of, inner growth and committed to growing for several years. And in recent years, it was like full circle of noticing the emotional eating coming back. Certainly not to the degree of binging back then. Certainly not setting my alarm for 12 a.m. But it was definitely there. Enough that I piled on weight in recent years from being in low-grade survival and turning to things to soothe and losing myself in love and other ways. And I was like, why am I still here? Like, technically I have a good relationship with food. Like, it's totally different and I'm not restricting. Why am I still fucking here? And I shared this email, and it was a long email, but I know that this is so powerful for the women that I am here to reach with my message and my story and the way that, I share this. It took me until even quite recently to realize the pattern was in me. Because in these areas, so like the pleasure awakening, right? That was essentially coming back to me. That's how I awakened my body, was coming back to me. But I'm just going to go out somewhere because someone's just come home. That was coming back to me. However, it was through the lens of awakening my body. And awakening my body is exactly what I did, right? But because I didn't realize the pattern was in me, it was still showing up in other areas. I wasn't looking at anything as a whole, like in me. And once I did that, once I started realizing, okay, it's time to stop looking at every little fucking area of my life that I think that I have an issue with and have a look at the fucking pattern that is causing these symptoms. And that changed everything. Like, absolute, I cannot even express, number one, first and foremost, the deep peace and fulfillment that is just continuing to unfold within me still, of having this realization that it all stems from the one thing, and that the self-abandonment is not in this one area. It's a pattern, and it's showing up in different ways. And, I wanted to share that story about the eating, because while you may not be at that extent of what I was with binging, if you are, please know I feel you, and you are so not broken. Like, if I could tell you anything, there is nothing wrong with you. You just haven't identified this pattern. But while you may not be at that level, perhaps you find yourself standing in the fridge or in that tub of ice cream at the end of a stressful day when you know you're not hungry, and you're like, why am I doing this? Perhaps your body is numb and you're shut off to pleasure. Perhaps you struggle with money because you place this pressure on, you need things to validate you, or you need him to validate you, and you feel so your worth is triggered when he doesn't give you what you need, or the money doesn't give you what you need. Whatever it is, just know that firstly, it's probably not showing up in one area. You may think you have one thing, it's just a symptom, and it's probably showing up in multiple areas. But when you do the work is in reconnecting to you as a whole, starting the reconnection to you with the intent. Don't go into this looking at it as a quick fix, because I can tell you now, like, I am not the one for you. I am not here for a quick fix. I help facilitate deep fucking lasting transformation, to bring out the woman in you that is already fucking there, who knows how to regulate herself, who can validate herself, knows her worth, can soothe herself, and no longer turns to things outside of her. This is not a quick fix. This is a gradual returning home to you. Yes, it can happen quickly, but I'm saying it's not a quick fix in just show me this one thing and tick the box, done. This brings me to my point. This is what my 5-minute guided audio is. It's fucking free. Like, if you haven't downloaded it and you are a woman who resonates with what I say, this is literally for you. But this is the work. To become that woman, that version of you who comes back. It's not about never being triggered. It's not about never finding yourself in the pantry, but perhaps you open the pantry or the fridge and you go, I can actually see. And let me tell you, it's fucking empowering when you see it playing out in real time and you catch yourself, because that's the work. It's not about never being triggered, and you go, I can see what's happening and I know exactly what to do.